Hello students, today we will discuss about character sketch of खान आजम खान। खान आजम खान जो कि एक मेन कैरेक्टर है, ए पेयर ऑफ मस्टेचियस शॉर्ट स्टोरी में। ओके, ये मुल्कराज आनंद के द्वारा लिखी हुई है। खान आजम खान इज़ द हीरो ऑफ मुल्कराज आनंद स्टोरी, ए पेयर ऑफ मस्टेचियस। ही बिलोंग्स टू द एंशियंट रॉयल फैमिली ऑफ द मुगल्स। He claims his descent from an American Afghan family who had were noblemen and counselors in the court of the great Mughals. He lives in an old broken house of Mughal style, which gives an indication that his ancestors have been royal personages. He is tall, middle-aged man. He is handsome and dignified. He prides in his ancient glory, has a tiger mustache. He decorates himself proudly with his gold brocaded waistcoat that is worn and torn. He has an air of pride about him, though he has not even a patch of land left. Some people of the village particularly the landlord think that he is an impostor. First, a nobleman and counselors. He has an air of pride about him, though he has not even a patch of land left. Some people of the village, particularly of landlord, think that he is an impostor. They are all envious of him. The villagers have an opinion that all his talk about his blue blood is merely the bluff of a rascal. Next, a tall middle-aged man. Ramanand was clever enough. He did not what the Khan wanted. They settled the business. The will of Khan Ajam Khan was carried out. Even at the time of leaving, when Ajam Khan sees the tip of the Banya's mustache going up, he threatens to kill him. Next, considers himself a superior man. No doubt Ajam Khan has not even a piece of land left, yet he never thinks himself a poor man. He considers himself a superior man because he belongs to a royal family. He has the firm conviction that none except him can wear tiger mustache. This is the reason why he cannot locate the Vanya Ramanand twisting his mustache. Ajam Khan thinks that it an insult to him, and so he lost his temper. He has gone to Ramanand's shop to pawn his wife's gold ring, yet he cannot wear Ramanand's tiger-like mustache. This arouses his sense of pride, and he says, since when have the lentil-eating shopkeepers become noblemen? Okay. Ajam Khan calls Ramanand the seed of donkey. He immediately asked Ramanand to turn the lips down to the style proper to the god that you are. The raged Ajam Khan asked him to do so. Otherwise, he said, the Vanya's life would be in danger. Ajam Khan could be appeared only when the Vanya had turned down his mustache. Now, as Mulkraj Anand puts it, he was like soft wax in the merchant's sure hand. Next is simple man. Ajam Khan is a simple man, easily to be deceived and duped. Why anyone unless it is a matter of his mustache? Ramanand has no difficulty in cheating him. He comes to pawn the ring of his wife and feels satisfied with what the Vanya gives to him. The real condition of Ajam Khan has been put by the author in these words. His need and the need of his family for food was great, and the humbly accepted that value which the Vanya put on his wife's nose ring. This shows that Azam Khan is not a practical man, whereas the Banya is every inch so. It is just to beguile Azam Khan that he brings one tip as his mustache down, whereas the other man brings one tip remains up all the time. This and enrages Azam Khan again and calls him swine. The clever Bania deceives him on one more occasion. This time he brings his old necklace, which was the pride of his family. He sacrificed even his precious necklace to keep up his false pride. This time he brings his old necklace, which was the pride of his family. He sacrificed even this precious necklace to keep up his false pride. This necklace had been the pride of his family for 7 generations, but he gives this necklace to the Banya. When the Banya asks its price, he only says any price will do so long as you bring the tip of your mustache down. Ramanand was clever enough. He did what the Khan wanted. This settled the business. The will of Khan Azam Khan was carried out even at the time of living, when Azam Khan sees the tip of the Banya's mustache going up. The threatens to kill him. Next, Azam Khan is a great fool. All this bargaining between Ramanand and Azam Khan shows that Azam Khan is a great fool. Ramanand is clever enough to be the fool, the simple-hearted Khan. The clever Banya exploits his folly and takes Azam Khan's precious ornaments for no price. The wonderful thing about Khan Azam Khan is that he never takes notice of it, that he has been deprived of his valuable ornaments. He says, I would rather I lost all my worldly possessions, my pots and pans, my clothes, even my house, than see the tip of your mustache turn up like that. Next, Azam Khan is a truly Khan. Thus, we see that Azam Khan is a truly Khan who can give away everything but not his honor. He maintains his eminent family pride, though he has become a pauper now. The story is told in a very interesting and lively manner through discussions and examples. It captivates the attention of the readers from the beginning to the end. The character of Azam Khan and Seth Ramanand have also been beautifully exposed. For Ramanand, money is everything, and for Azam Khan, his family pride. The moneylender is avaricious, whereas Azam Khan is of sacrificing nature. The author wants to convey a lesson through this story. If a man finally keeps his pride and position, he will come to penury. Nobody can save him. On the other hand, if a man is cunning and clever, he can make his way in the world and he is prosperous businessman. However, the way of the both cannot be followed blindly. One should be wise enough so as not to run after money, even at the cost of losing one's self-respect. Nor should a man so much after his false family position that other may exploit the weakness of the man. So what is needed is by media. The story has a well-knit plot. The author begins his story by telling us how people have different types of mustaches. Telling the reason behind these mustaches, Mulkraj Anand says, there are various kinds of mustaches born in my country to mark the boundaries between the various classes of people. These mustaches not only divide the pupil into various classes but also become responsible for many murders and limpus here and there. Besides, those who take pride in their mustaches are very easily exploited. This is what happened with Khan Azam Khan. The clever Seth Ramanan knew it well that if he would keep his mustache upward in a tiger-like manner, it would not be tolerated by Khan Azam Khan, so it was just to teach and exploit him that he did so. The climax of the whole situation comes when Khan Azam Khan agrees to transfer all his possessions to him provided he kept the tips of his mustache down. The story ends happily. Khan Azam Khan is deprived of all his family possessions, but he maintains his old family tradition. This is what he wanted. The story is full of humor. It has the humor of character and situation. The author has mixed humor with satire to expose the folly of Khan Azam Khan. We laugh when we see Khan Azam Khan accepting any amount of money only if the veneer kept the ends of the mustache downwards. We can't remain laughing when we hear Azam Khan shouting when he sees the other tip of the veneer's mustache gone up. I shall kill you if you don't brush that mustaches into the shape appropriate to your position as a lentil eating veneer. The satirical tone of the author is evident in the beginning of the story when we say, with them clothes make the man, but mustaches make the man. Still more evident is the satirical intent to the author when he makes Azam Khan says, my father was a sultan.